Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Whimsy with a Z. That's my vape, I promise. It was so funny. I don't know what it is, but you and Liam both, you see yourself and you guys like, gotta flex. Gotta flex.
Well, yeah, because this is the one time I look good, so
Right?
I'm chilling.
All right. This is the end of season 1, Whimsy with a Z.
All right.
So we're not going to record again until probably sometime August, September-ish.
I don't know how long that is. I'm not good with my months.
Yeah, no worries. But I'm kind of giving everybody the summer off.
Okay.
You were a little bit late. You were out of town. You went to your dad's. You were busy a little bit. So
Yeah, I went to Sholo and stuff. That's pretty fun.
Nice.
I did. I'm not gonna explain what happened up there. It's a long
No
story.
worries. But schedule wise, it's fine because the other 3 released the first 3 weeks of this month, so you're just right on schedule. So
Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm sorry I left for a little bit there. I didn't record for just a second because I don't know. It's not because everything was happening. It's just because I just didn't want to. I was lazy.
And you're allowed to. There's nothing wrong with it. Liam, life happens. He just bails out. Life happens. She bails for a couple months.
Who? You mean Pinky?
Fuck. Amateur hour, dude.
Can't believe you.
Oh man. Right.
Jesus. You deserve like a slap on the wrist. Smack yourself with a rubber band right now.
I'm 2 minutes in and I just amateur hour, man. Like this is the first time I've ever done this.
We're gonna get doxxed now. You know, we're gonna get swatted. Can't believe you.
I feel like a fool.
Goodness, man.
So, like I said, we talked a little bit the last time. School is getting ready to end. So how did your grades end up at the end of the year?
I was passing all of my classes. Mostly A's, B's, 1D.
1D. In what?
Spanish.
What is it about Spanish that people struggle with?
It's because the way they say their sentences. Because to me, like, you say the words in order, but in Spanish sometimes you don't. So like when you say like a sentence in Spanish and then in English, it's a completely different.
The word order is different.
You gotta ask what's her name?
Okay.
I forgot her name. Ben.
Which one?
She graduated.
Alice.
Alice. You
Yes.
gotta ask Alice because she apparently speaks Spanish. I had to Google Translate what she said about your picture that one time.
Now, what's interesting is you should take. Wait, hold on. Let me think real quick. I'm trying to remember if Japanese reads fairly close to English. Just and the conjugating is super easy.
Yeah. I want a kanji on my right here, like on my.
Of what?
Love, peace, and then hope. I like those ones. They look really nice.
They do. What's always really funny is, like when you get it done, you have to make sure you double, triple, quadruple check it because every once in a while, like if you go there and you're like, oh, I just want those 3. Some guy's like, haha, you're gonna have fucking cream of some young guy. You're gonna have like it's like his Chinese order.
Yeah.
Like his.
My God, damn it!
Do you have to take Spanish again next year? Not.
I have to take Spanish 3-4.
Okay, so the second semester or the second year of it.
Yeah, the second year.
Okay, so you don't. It's not a redo. You just need to continue on.
Yeah, I might not even take it. I'm gonna be totally honest with you, because I don't have to take it next year.
Now, conceptually, you're not going. If I remember correctly, you will consider like a community college, but you might even go to more of like a tech school and pick up a trade.
Yeah, maybe.
And then at that point, you don't even need the 2 years of a foreign language.
Yeah, no, because I have an extra credit, because I took a class for it, and then I took a college class for an extra credit anyways, like, funded by the school. I have 2 extra credits, so technically I only have to take, like, 3 classes next year.
Right. Okay, so you have enough credits to pass. Technically, you don't have enough for, like, that first year of, like, college. But now here's what's super interesting. Your coding... We'll get into that in a minute. I believe you get a foreign language credit for coding.
Really?
Because it says
that's the college course I took that was funded by the school.
It's
that's sick.
Like computer coding is basically it's computer language.
Yeah. Okay, I have one small problem.
Yeah.
As I'm growing up, I'm getting pimples.
Yeah.
You ever gotten one in your ear?
Um,
Oh my goodness, it hurts.
especially in the summer, like you're working out, or like when I used to bowl a lot, I sweat like a fucking crazy person.
Okay, number one, you bowled?
I used to be pretty good.
I could just imagine you having like a 300 ring.
I wish 284
Dang, that's so close.
front 10, and then I just choked 6'3" or something. So, yeah, back in the day, because I used to work at a local one, and for years, I would go in, hone my skills, hustled a bunch.
Yeah.
I was bowling 5 leagues per week at one point.
Dang.
Then 10 to 15 games of practice on Saturdays.
Okay.
And then at the end of each night, I was bowling a minimum 6 games, like pot games. So we were betting. So I'm bowling like 10 games a day,
Okay.
consistently for like a year and a half. It was amazing. Yeah, I can't do any of that now.
Apparently.
All right. So yeah, consider looking into, I believe, coding you can get for a second foreign language.
All right, that's what's up.
Right? That's what we're talking about. Are you glad to be out of school?
Not necessarily. I don't have anything to do.
If you were in school, you're like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd rather be at school than sitting at home
Right.
alone doing nothing.
What would you rather be? Like, why don't you do something?
I don't have friends.
Fair enough.
I'm like, I don't know. I don't do much. I don't play video games.
No?
No, I don't do much. I'm a very boring person.
You go through these waves
Yeah.
where, like, you're super, because, like, you're super active sometimes,
Yeah.
and then it kind of just falls off for a
Falls
second.
down,
Yeah.
and then you're like, I got new friends.
So, next year, your senior year,
Oh, yeah.
are you excited to almost be done with it?
Kinda. But, like, what if I don't go to college? What am I going to do? Get a job? Maybe. But at the same time, that's still going to be a minute. You
Yeah.
know? Like, after high school's done. Oh, goodness. I'm nervous.
Do you wish you would have gotten a job your junior year?
No.
Like,
No.
because like, are you plan on getting a job next year, your senior
Yeah.
year?
Yep.
Okay.
I plan on getting an actual job.
Okay. So you will graduate with some kind of work experience.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm planning on getting an actual job. Since technically this is an actual job, but I don't consider it an actual job.
Something a little bit more
Like 9 to 5, you know?
traditional.
Yeah, like McDonald's.
All right.
I'm not working at McDonald's, but
No. When your senior year, are you going after those big classes again, like you did with forensics, and are you looking for a nice easy year?
well, I don't know what I'm taking next year. I know I'm taking anatomy,
Okay.
I think. I'm taking college math or college algebra. And then some English class.
Right.
Well, no. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have to take one more English class.
Yeah, 7, 8.
But I don't have to take a science class because it's not required. I don't have to take a history class. I don't have to take. I have to take economics, but that's it.
Are you good with money?
Dude, no. God no.
Is it okay? Birthday rolls around. You got $200 in your pocket.
No.
How fast is it spent?
It's not that fast because I give it to mom.
Okay, and then mom kind of helps budget you out,
No,
or just
I just ask her. I'll be like, "Can I borrow this much?" And she goes, she squints at me and she goes, "For what?" And I'll be like, "This," and she'll
Okay.
be like, "No," and I'm like, "Dang." Sometimes it's worth it.
I want a bunch of candy, and she's like, "Get away from me."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, now not so literal, but do you understand the value of money and how how it works? Like you graduating, becoming a senior, and getting out of school. Are you aware of what things cost?
Expensive.
Like, have you ever gone grocery shopping by yourself?
Yes. Have you seen the price of eggs?
Yeah.
Dude, my grandma was the other day, yesterday actually, we were talking, and she goes, I remember when these things were like 5 cents.
Yeah.
Now they're like $4, $4 to $6. And then at the Fry's,
Like, it comes out to like 60 cents an egg. Like, what are we doing?
And then like, at the Fry's, there's a shortage of eggs now.
Mm-hmm.
So now there's a sign. So we just bought eggs. Still, bro, what the heck?
I don't know.
Some crazy stuff, dude. Doesn't make sense.
Are we planning on staying with mom for 1 to 2 years after high school?
I want to move out by 18, but I know that's like a long shot because it's definitely a seller's market right now, not
like,
a buyer's.
And you need like 3 friends to go with you on it.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to make
Like good friends, like not like flakes.
Like you need to make like at least 6 figures just to maintain.
Oh my gosh.
I guess it's disgusting, you know.
Have you talked to mom about? Because it's legit. This time next year, you're done with you're already a month out of school.
Oh yeah.
You're a month into full blown adulthood.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
Did it like? It's funny because like it's coming because you started in first grade and you walk all the way up and you know it's your senior year. Does it feel like it snuck up on you? Like how fast it's
a little bit because I'm like I swear to God I was just in 5th grade.
Right.
I swear, but now I'm in 12th.
and you're like, oh, where did it go?
I know it's weird.
Sneezing.
God bless.
Are you mentally prepared for life after high school?
No, absolutely not.
Are you?
I'm not even physically prepared.
Are you mentally prepared for your senior year? Like,
Yes.
okay.
I'm prepared for my senior year. I'm not prepared for anything else.
So what are the goals for next year? We got to get a license and a job.
Yes. I'm getting my ID this week. Oh my goodness, that's about to be fire.
All right.
Yeah.
You got your birthday coming up in 2 weeks? Just under 2.
It's 10 days.
A week from Wednesday.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm getting my ID this week. So I'm actually going to be on the face of the earth now.
You're going to be on the grid.
I know, it's crazy. I'm going to get like jury cases or whatever they're called.
Jury duty?
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that you need before you, like, driving and a job would be the
I know
two,
the worst part about driving is I'm going to get my driver's license and then I'm going to get my motorcycle license.
So we've done roughly 10 of these things.
Yeah.
From month to month, sometimes you flip flop back and forth.
Yeah.
Motorcycle is one of the only things that's consistently maintained from 1 month into the next.
Yep.
Where are you gonna get this motorcycle?
Well, I'm going to go for Kawasaki's.
You want a nice?
I'm going to
rocket?
crotch rocket. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm going to get a 450 at first.
Okay.
Because a 500, don't get me wrong, good starter bike, a little too fast.
Right.
600, disgusting, I can't do it. So I'm going to start out with a 450, I'm going to work my way up to a 550, and then a 650, and then a 1000cc crotch rocket that goes 100 in first gear. No regrets.
Are you not building or fixing up a bike?
I currently am, yes.
Is that the one? Are you gonna sell it or ride that one?
bike.
Huh?
Not my bike.
Oh.
I'm fixing it because it's my dad's girlfriend's bike.
Okay.
And technically I did wreck it because I got hit by a truck.
All right.
So I'm taking responsibility and I'm fixing it up right now.
Okay.
But when she sells it, I'm going to demand half.
All right.
I don't care.
Can you ride a motorcycle now?
I can. I don't have a license
So
for it.
like a dirt bike. So you can work a clutch.
Absolutely. It's surprisingly easier than you would expect.
Dude, no.
Except for getting out of first gear.
Like it's.
Okay.
I hate everything about the. I attempted once to consider the motorcycle license idea.
Okay.
I'm good on the eye-hand coordination, but then they're like, "Hey, throw some feet into it." And to be fair, I never driven a stick or attempted to work a clutch or anything. So, like when I went in to try to learn how to do it, I went in completely blind.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to read up on it. You want to practice alone. Like you want to
and not embarrass yourself in front of a bunch of people.
Oh, I embarrass myself all the time. You know, so what it's called is called the friction zone.
Okay.
Where you get out of neutral, You pull in the clutch, you get out of neutral.
Right.
And if you let go of that clutch too fast, your engine's going to stall.
But doesn't it jump first and then stall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
That's the part that screwed me.
Even if you have no throttle, it goes zoom.
Yep.
And it's terrifying. But that's because...
And then, but it's not even just, it's terrifying, but then it jerks and you react in a way where you're like, either you brake or you gas it and you're all over the place now.
Yeah. But what happens is when you let go of that clutch too fast, the gear turns too fast and it catches. Because in a motorcycle, it's a one-way clutch.
Mm-hmm.
So when it goes the other way, it doesn't catch. But when it goes the first way,
right.
it catches. So that's what happens when you stall. So you go and you get scared. What you do is as you're slowly letting off that clutch,
yes.
your motorcycle tends to move.
Yes.
It slowly goes forward. And you'll feel when the friction zone is absolutely at its peak.
Right.
Because you can feel how light the motorcycle gets when it's moving. And then you give it a little gas. And then as you're still slowly letting go and giving gas, and it just takes off so smoothly. It took me about 4.5 days just to learn how to do that. It was disgusting.
And then... Is it like first down and then everything else up?
First is down. Neutral is...
Like, that freaks me out, man.
Okay, first is down.
Okay. Right. I'm surprised I remember that, to be fair.
And then neutral is half one up.
Right.
So you go. And then it's to go to second, and then third, then fourth, then fifth, then sixth.
And
it's
then,
actually surprisingly easy if you do it fast. What you do is you go vroom, or you let off the gas.
No, I'm counting the whole time.
No, absolutely. You let off the gas.
Right.
And then you rev it as quick as you can, and you grabbing the clutch at the same time you go skirt. Vroom.
Now you're cruising. You're in fourth. You're cruising, and now you get off the freeway, and you're starting to slow down. And you get the red light. You have to get the clutch all the way down. You have to downshift every time.
Yeah.
Because I know in trucks.
When you come to a stop, you have to go into first gear, or else your bike will stall.
Right, but if I'm in fourth and I go hard stop, can I just drop it right into first, or do I have to hit
your
each
bike will
stop?
turn off. Your bike will physically shut off like that, and then you're stuck there until you get it into first. Restart the bike.
Like, it seems so easy, but I can't wrap my head around any of it.
No, yeah, it's taken me a while to learn how to ride a bike. It's not difficult. I will not lie. I ran a stop sign one time.
It's just like anything else. It's practice. But good lord.
The only thing I can't wrap my head around sometimes is the leaning. It's scary.
Oh, cause you want to turn the wheel.
Yeah, you want to
turn your handlebars. Yeah.
But you can't because the bike will flip out.
Dude, my favorite part was like I got it into like second, third, and I'm just cruising around. Like, I love the whole lean part, and then I screwed the whole thing up, and they're like hard stop, and then go back into like first, and I'm like hard stop, and I didn't know where I was, and I just threw the bike.
It makes sense. It happens to the best of us.
How's mom think about the motorcycle?
No, I haven't told her yet.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I've told her I'm gonna get a motorcycle license.
Right, but we're gonna get a car first, and then we're gonna go from there. Boom.
Okay. Because I need to have an actual license to get a motorcycle license, and I'm gonna take the MSF course,
which is
it's a $300 course that tells you everything you need to know about motorcycles.
Okay.
Teaches you how to maneuver, turn, everything.
Like it's like a 1 day class where you got like a couple hours indoors, and then they take you outside and
No, it's days.
Okay.
You take days on this, and they'll teach you everything: what the buttons do, how your bike works, how to fix it, everything. And it's worth the $300.
All right. So we got a plan. Where are we looking for work? You hear anything back from Jersey Mike?
No.
Anywhere else?
No.
Have you attempted to apply anywhere else?
No.
Fair enough.
I might apply to mom's friend's work. It's like dog washing.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't sound bad. I love dogs, so I'm chilling.
All right. You did find a small side job recently. What are you doing?
I am currently in the business of making websites for people who can't.
Now, are you doing it with are you doing it for? Okay, is there a company that you're doing it with?
Nope.
So you're just like,
I just know how to code.
I'm gonna fucking send your name, dude. So you're just Mark, you're Mark's computer website design guy.
Yep.
Okay, so you're not okay. So I didn't know if it was like a brother or a friend, and you're under somebody else's, and you're just
no. People, I technically have a website.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say it on here because I'm a little embarrassed of it so far.
Right.
But once it takes off a little bit, then I'm gonna promote it on like my own videos and stuff, like on my Instagram.
Right.
peep it, you know. And then oh goodness, well I lost my train of thought. Oh, and then I'm gonna like promote it and stuff. But people will contact me through the website. They'll get my number, my email, and everything, and then they'll be like, "Hey, I want some parameters for this website, and I'll pay you this much."
Now, are you only charging for the initial website design, or are you also doing like website management? Like you keep them on retainer and be like, it's $2,000 to set it up, and then $100 a month to make sure everything stays working /
It's something like that.
Okay.
So up front, they'll pay me whatever they need.
Okay.
Like they'll be like, okay, I'm offering, let's say, 1,000. I'll be like, well, for what I'm working with right now, it's gonna cost a little more than that. And they'll be like, okay, well, I could do this much. I'm like, that's good.
Okay.
And then once I give them the code and like the parameters of the website, they're gonna be like, okay, well, I want this is what I want the website to look like. I want it to function like this. I want these to do this, and they'll be like, okay, that'll be another payment of like maybe $100 to $400, and they'll be like, okay. So then they'll pay me, and then I'll do all that they want, and they'll be like, okay. So, in order for you to keep this website open, $20 a month.
Okay.
Just so they're not like freaking out that they just spent this much money.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep it cheap, because
So who owns the website?
it's co-owned by me and the.
Okay. Okay.
I don't take full responsibility for the website. Like, I'm gonna teach him how to take care of his website, but I'm gonna do all the hidden stuff, like if something goes wrong.
Now, I don't want to be like, I'm not trying to be a completely fucking douchebag right now. I have my website through GoDaddy.
Okay.
And they it's very user friendly. A lot of templates. A lot of like it's real cookie cutter stuff.
Yeah.
So what are you doing that's different than my website of like, I want a picture here, I just upload picture, drop it in Square?
Well, I do specific things that they want. Like, let's say you want this button to do something crazy.
Okay. You want it blinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
I will do that. I will do anything you ask in my full power.
Right.
You know?
Within your the scope of your...
Like, if you want this little website, if you click on it, it's going to take you to this, and then it's going to reroute you to the... I'll do everything.
Could you create a website that is just like basically a message board? Like a bunch of people go on there and just hang out and chat? Because websites easy, like is one thing because it's just click moving around, but like the idea that but
having it to connect online and stuff,
right?
I could probably do it if I had like,
because it would be
time,
an ongoing living thing the whole time because everybody's in there doing like the chat.
Yeah, that's gonna be a little, because that means I have to maintain that a lot.
I'd be okay. I was curious.
I could probably do that. I'd have to hit up some friends because
like you can make my version of like a Reddit. Like I could have like a Whimsy Reddit.
I could probably do that.
That'd be interesting. All right, I was curious.
Yeah, I could probably do that. Hit up some friends because when you have chat rooms, that's multiple different codes.
Yeah.
You have to write in this first one, then second one, then third one, then fourth one.
And then you got to set the parameters to allow X number of people in from wherever. And okay, I was just curious. So how many jobs have you done?
2.
That's not bad.
Well, this is my 3rd one, but I've done 2.
Okay. How do these people find you? Are they referred?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell my dad and Destiny because that's fine. She's not important. No, but I tell them because they work at a security firm.
Okay.
And then their friends, like, they need a lot of stuff. So I'm like, all right, I can help with that. Like, if you need, like, jobs, I can get you hooked up on a website that gives you jobs.
Right, okay.
Like, I do that. And then they'll be like, hey, I want to do this. I'm like, okay.
Now,
I'll try.
Why not just do that after high school? Like website management, social media management, like all that stuff is like a fairly decent field, and you can get like they're inflated costs for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But if you were to like come down a little bit and be competitive, because like for example, I was looking for a social media manager where I'm like, I need someone to post something daily.
Okay.
And on 5 different socials. Yeah. So when I was looking at them, they're like, we'll do like $300 a month. No, it wasn't even a month. It was $300 for 10 posts across 3 platforms. I'm like, well, that's only. I'm like, that's
horrible.
Right. It comes out to like $10 a post. I'm like, what are we doing? So like, if you were like competitive with it, Because I know a lot of people are trying to build websites, and everyone and their grandmother thinks that they can start or run a business.
Yeah.
But have you considered sticking with the computer stuff?
I have thought about it, but I don't know yet.
Okay.
Because don't get me wrong, I love coding. I love all this stuff. But it's a lot of work.
But if you're clearing hypothetically $3,000 a job, and it takes you a week to work a job, you made $3,000 a week.
Yeah.
That's $1,200. That's more than anybody else is making.
But at the same time, I have to be taking classes on it.
Okay.
Which the classes cost money.
Okay.
And I would totally do that if I had like the full amount of money. The class I want to take is currently $12,000 just to take it. It is one of the most prestigious classes.
So you just need to come up with like 15 jobs, keep half of it off to the side, and you can kind of just sponsor yourself for
Pretty
it.
much. Like I can charge basically anything I would need to, as long as it's fit for what they need.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna be like, I need $30,000 for a website that has one page.
Right.
Like I'm not gonna do that because that's messed up.
Do you have how do you come up with the pricing? Do you kind of just wing it ish?
I multiply how many hours I'm gonna work,
Okay.
how many pages,
Okay.
and then I divide all that by the time I don't work.
Okay.
And then that normally comes out to around maybe 1,000, 2,000.
Okay.
It's not bad.
No, not at all. All right.
Yeah.
Where did you learn coding?
Well, at first I learned it in middle school.
Okay, yeah, it does seem like we're going to get rid of cursive. We're going to teach you coding.
Pretty much, yeah. They don't ever teach you cursive anymore.
Could you write your signature right now if you needed to?
I have.
But is it cursive, or is it kind of just like whatever you think it should look like?
Give me a pen. Pencil. I mean, where do you want me to write it?
Just page one's fine.
Okay. So, like, at first, I take the O, and I go like that.
Okay.
And then I'll take the D, and I'll be like...
Okay, so, like, legit, like...
Just, like, the tiniest amount of cursive.
Very, very... so, like, when you do learn cursive, the piece of paper they give you, you do every letter exactly the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
No flourish, no flare, no... Because mine... You can
Plus,
barely...
O's just don't have a lot of cursive. You know?
Because I get into that. Where you're
that's
like...
not bad, though. It's pretty good.
Right, but it's just a big B and a couple of squigglies, maybe an N. And you're like...
No, yeah, I don't like cursive.
My mom's funny. My mom, her signature is half cursive, half print.
That is pretty funny.
And she's been doing it for years. And I saw it when I was a teen. I was like, and they called her out on it, and she's like, "What? Get off my back!" All right.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Do you have any plans for the summer?
I like how you keep asking me that.
Because you're almost done. You get a month left.
I'm like, I'm in the summer. So, like, you can't say for summer. Like, it's not happening. I'm like, what do you got planned during right now and in the next few weeks until you start school again? I'm like, well, I got my birthday. That's it. I'm like, I don't do anything. I'm probably going to come over here every once in a while just to hang out.
Right.
You know? Use your Outback.
Work out.
Exactly.
All right. This is season 1 of Whimsy with a Z. Mm-hmm. Overall impressions of the podcast. Did you enjoy your time with podcasting?
I enjoyed most of the episodes.
What episodes did you not enjoy?
The ones where I was really late and I was too tired to think of what I was saying.
Like the ones where you kind of like phoned it in?
Yeah, okay. Basically. I was like, oh, yeah. And then I said some things that I probably shouldn't have said about my life, and then I kept ranting on. I don't like doing that.
It was still vague enough where, but at the same time, it was nice because like part of the idea is like other kids are probably thinking or something similar, or they try to hold back. So
yeah.
The idea that you're like held back, no detail, but people are like, okay, I'm allowed to be like moody and all over the place.
Yeah, like you're not alone, you know.
Mm-hmm. What would you like? What are some of the things that you particularly liked about the podcast? About either the topics or just the overall experience?
the fact that you took time to learn these questions.
Just fucking just hang out.
Yeah. Because, like,
'Cause-
imagine I came in and you're like, I have no questions.
Right.
I'm going to show them off the dome and then we're going to get nowhere.
Right.
Because you want to know why? We can't think of questions like that,
Right.
you know? You'd be like, what's your favorite color?
Now, why were you able to talk to me versus, because you in the past you talked to brother and mom, but never sometimes as deep as with me. What was the difference between me versus mom brother?
It's not necessarily you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little bit of story
Right.
about this. So, I used to go to this church group.
Right.
I don't anymore because he's going to stop and he's going to go to the actual church.
Okay.
And I can't go because I'm above
Okay.
age. He was the coolest guy, but he had that vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Where he would just sit there and listen.
Right.
He wouldn't judge you for anything. And he would just sit there. Even if you said something that he didn't agree with, he would listen and he wouldn't judge you. He wouldn't do nothing. And then he'd be like, would you like my opinion?
Right.
Would you like my feedback? He would never just go, oh yeah, I don't like that. No, he would ask.
Because that's what you said was, when you're struggling, you're like, I can't talk to these people because they're gonna try and fix it.
Yeah.
And like you just want. And what's nice is that guy, church guy.
Yeah, church guy.
You didn't have to tell him that. He just knew.
He just knew, and I'm
to,
like,
to just sit back and just listen and wait for you.
like this man watched me bawl my eyes
Right.
out, and then would ask. He'd be like, "Are you okay?" Like mentally and physically, he would ask me. Every single time I came over,
Right.
he'd be like, "Hey man, how are you doing?" You know, and I'd just sit there and I'd cry. And he'd be like, "Would you like my opinion?" And if I said no, he wouldn't give it.
Right.
And he'd be like, "All right, I'm here."
Whereas brother, mom, or dad would be like, "Let me fix it."
Yeah, let's go to a therapist.
Man, you are so against the therapy thing.
Quite literally, that was what happened a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
Did you have to go to therapy?
No,
Okay.
I
But it was suggested? That's like considered?
I can show you what mom suggested.
Okay. So I was able to take that step back, no judge, and just let you I gave you kids kind of just a place to kind of vent and kind of just do your own thing.
Yeah, I accidentally archived mom,
That's fine.
so I couldn't find her.
Anything else that you liked about the podcast?
I like. And then it answered, and I was like, nope, I'm not doing this to an automated voice message.
Right. Okay. All right. So you want to get into deeper?
Yeah, like deeper conversations like, how are you feeling? And then if they say, like, I'm okay, and I'm like, no, I want you to explain your emotional state. Because,
I
like,
did it with you more than the others,
Yeah,
where
I know.
I called you out.
You little.
Pinky was a little bit more volunteering, but
I don't like volunteering.
I get a feel for where you guys are at, and sometimes I felt you were ready to kind of like let me come at you a little bit. But it was funny is you go back and listen to a couple of them. It's like I come at you for a second, then I back up,
Yes.
and then we kind of keep going, and then you're just like, and I just keep sneaking in.
Yeah.
All right.
Not gonna lie, it wasn't my favorite, but it worked ish.
What kind of bigger topics? So this, if I sense somebody is struggling with something, call them out on it.
Well, don't necessarily call them out. Just ask.
Okay. Calling out was a little aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe try to ask beforehand. Like message them, be like, "Hey, are you comfortable?"
Like a
with this?"
pre-screen. Yeah.
Because sometimes people aren't comfortable with explaining that stuff. You know.
Worst case, we leave it out.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's one of those where a couple of times I've talked to him pre-record where I was like, hey, I know some things are going on. Are you comfortable?
Yeah.
AKA, we'll go through it, and if we need to, I'll just cut that part out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, because we have 2 seniors, we got what, 7th grade, and a sophomore, 8th grade. I can never find out where Danielle is at, man. I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at this.
I mean, you did 2 minutes in.
She was 7. She's going into 8. So
I was like, she's 7? Whoa. I didn't know that. It's crazy.
Okay.
I don't know why I keep doing that.
Season 2. We try to do it with family. Mm-hmm. Could you find a friend somewhere in it to come on? And this will hang out.
The guy who followed you on Instagram. Yeah. If I get his parents to allow him, he totally would.
Give me their number. That obviously,
guy loves talking.
Yeah, because we had Alice had a friend that kind of just spontaneously jumped on. So yeah, we gave her a fake name. What was her name? Not Julie.
Juliana.
Joanne. Joanne was her name. It was the only name I can think of.
Dude, I physically can't do Joanne's or Joanna's. I can't do either of them.
But yeah, if your buddy little Stevie wants to come on,
Stevie, yeah. Love that.
Obviously before he jumps on, I would obviously reach out to his parents first. Yeah. But do you think you could bring somebody in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Year 2, do you tell more people that you do a podcast?
Do I tell more people?
Yeah.
No.
Like do we? Because like so. The podcast has potential, it has an audience, but because of the, it maybe wasn't promoted as hard as we could have because we were trying to but it's so hard because you can't promote it because then people know who you are.
She just viewed my story.
Nice.
You know who that is? My ex.
Nice.
No. Why does she have me added?
Who knows?
Ew.
I'm
gonna block her.
All right. Because I'm trying to find ways to get the podcast out to get for more people to see. Mm-hmm. I don't still know how to do it because you can't go to school and be like, "Hey, I'm on a podcast," because now you've lost your anonymity. That's a real word, anonymity.
No, it's not. You're a liar. I'm gonna call you that right now.
So I don't know. I just don't know how to do it yet, but we'll figure it out. What else should we do in season 2?
Explain life before high school or before the grade you're in right now. Cause I got some stories, man.
Oh, we need a month of just going back? Okay.
Like a rewind episode,
Oh, that's fucking genius, dude.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that down in my little notebook here. Rewind month.
That'd be pretty cool. A rewind episode. That'd be awesome. Because I got stories of when I went to daycare and stuff.
Right? To be like, hey man, we're all hanging out, we're struggling, we got finals coming up. Find me 2 stories from when you were taking naps or taking karate or whatever. Yeah.
I just now realized this looks completely different now.
Why?
The purple outline, the Chase and the Whimsy at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of this.
Oh, no. Different program.
Oh, I was like, this looks way better than before.
Yeah, different program. Except for it keeps shutting down halfway through, which I don't understand.
That's crazy. Yeah, I just now realized that. That's pretty cool.
Fresh out.
Sorry, I keep getting distracted.
Do you think you can get mom, brother to listen to more episodes?
No. Absolutely not. Well, brother, maybe. Mom, absolutely not. I don't even know if she listens to these.
Some of them.
I hope not.
A couple.
Mine?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah. All right. Overall experience, you're happy that you did it?
Bad mom, but yes.
Years later, when you eventually leave the group for whatever reason.
I'm not gonna be able to leave you.
I know,
dude. I was hanging out with my mom.
Do we? Okay, so Stevie comes on, right?
No, little Stevie.
Little Stevie, and he likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Do we invite him into the
If someone leaves, yeah.
or what if we just add a sixth?
Getting a little frisky there, man.
I don't know.
That's
I mean, to be fair, we did have 6, and then Liam bailed out on us.
a little dangerous.
But at the same time, if a kid needs a place to talk, who am I to turn him away?
Like it's like Infinity Stones, dude. Got 6. It's insane.
I'd do 10 of these things.
Oh, dude.
And I would.
Sounds like a
How do you feel about doing? Because you had talked with Dean, and did you talk to Alice?
Nope. I told you I needed her boyfriend's permission.
Right, but so you talked to Dean and anybody else?
Nope.
Okay. How do we do more you and another kid episodes? Like,
See, I'm fine with Danielle.
Mhm.
I'm fine with Pinky.
okay,
Alice has a boyfriend.
okay,
And as a guy,
all right.
I know how jealous people can be sometimes. And
But if he gives the okay,
I would absolutely do it.
okay.
But I want to make sure he's okay with it.
Mhm.
Because that's like secret bro code, dude. You can't just like be like, hey, yo, I'm going to talk to your girlfriend on this podcast.
All right.
About anything, you know?
Okay.
No, that's messed up.
All right, I like it. What kind of topics would you want to get into with with one of the other kids? Because I know that we kind of just threw when you and Dean kind of like struggled for a minute, but then you guys kind of found your way.
And I'm like, well, because I don't got much common with anybody.
Yeah.
I'm a weird kid.
All right. So we're gonna do at least one more of those sometime.
I think my favorite part about this whole actual like Whimsy with a Z thing was the fact that you didn't know children or kids my age went outside. You were like, what? You go outside?
And you guys read, like, I guess.
I thought that was funny. That was pretty good.
All right. Well, I'm excited to get back into this. What's interesting is we get to follow you through the last 2 years.
Uh-huh.
Dean, we get to follow all the way through all of
yeah.
And then Alice, we get to follow like her life outside of school.
Yeah.
Like it's going to get interesting. So we will bring you back a couple months once we get season 2 started. We'll figure it out.
All right. I'm fine with that.
All right. And then we may or may not have a birthday episode for you.
Maybe. Okay. I don't know about it yet.
We'll see. All right. Well, I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you coming on. Different, but I think as we continue on, I definitely think it finds its audience, and I definitely think, weirdly, you guys will get more out of this than I did. So.
Yeah.
You guys have a good night, and we'll see you next season. Whimsy.